What is going on, everyone? Welcome back to another episode, a very special episode of Littleroot Laddering. Today is our 200th episode. That is just absolutely absurd to me that I've been doing it for that long at this point. So, if you haven't checked out the previous episodes, we're playing Dusk Necrozma today, backed up with like Spectrier and Inte. We got AV, Galarian Moltres, Hitmontop, and Eliki to round out the team. So it's actually a really sweet team. I've had a bunch of fun playing this team. The games have basically all been really fun and really close as well. So if you're interested and you haven't checked those out, I would make sure you go and do that. But that being said, let's get paired up here for game number 1 and see exactly what we can do today. Maybe go on in a little win streak, maybe get to Master Ball. Who knows? You know, we'll figure it out when it happens. Right on time. Let's see what we got. Indeedee, Shadow Rider. I actually really like their team. With Celesteela, Zapdos here. Then because they have multiple electric weaknesses, they have Raichu here as well. And then they have Incin to back it all up. So I think... what is my most conservative play that also allows me to encounter Shadow Rider here on the lead? I don't think they lead Shadow Rider, but I think I like something like Eliki Necrozma, like Moltres and Spectrier in the back. I think this is fine. If they do Indeedee Shadow Rider up front, I think we're in an okay position because I can like Electro Web them. Yeah, I think this is fine. Like this is one of those matchups that we ran into the other day that felt really close on paper. Like this specific restricted matchup felt really close on paper, but just did not get executed well enough. And I think this is a good enough game plan that I feel comfortable leading into it. So let's see what our opponent's bringing here. I'm really hoping not to see Shadow Rider on the lead. But like even if they do, I think we're fine. Yeah, Zapdos Raichu up front is pretty okay for me. I feel like this is pretty okay. So first things first, I'm just gonna double protect here. Actually, I think I want to protect and I want to Geyser into the Zapdos. I think they fake out into Eliki this turn. Dang. Never lucky. Interesting. Well, they're going to activate my policies, so that's really good. And the question is, Necrozma is in fact slower. I think that's fine because I can Electro Web and... okay, if I'm going to Electro Web, I want to take the Zapdos out this turn. So I think the actual play is I'm just going to switch out into Moltres here. And I'm going to Earth Power into Raichu, I think. I think it's going to be Sash. I think I'm going to Geyser the Zapdos and try to remove it. They are faster than me currently, so you might be incentivized to switch out. Oh, they're just going to stay in here. They're also faster than Raichu, so they might be Scarf. Just going to double into Necrozma. They do pick up the KO because the crit. No! Oh, that's annoying. I'm going to bring out Spectre here. I mean, I think we're fine. So we can, like, Fiery Wrath plus Will-O-Wisp into the Zapdos. Zapdos is going to be faster than us, so they are going to get their attack off. But we are Sash, and it's actually not even enough to take us out. We connect the Will-O-Wisp, so that's good. And since they are Scarf, that means they're not going to be Lum, obviously. Spectre avoids because we're insane. Moltres takes basically nothing. The question is, how much does this Fiery Wrath do to Raichu? A chunk. So now I can protect Spectrier. And Sucker Punch the Raichu. And depending on what they do this turn, we can... I think losing Duskmane there is really bad for us. I think going for the... I think had we gone for... the Electro Web, I think we're in a much better position, actually. Because we Electro Web Zap... Like, if we Electro Web Zapdos on 1 and protect Duskmane, I think we're in a much better position, but I don't think we're in an awful position as is. I'm going to click Snarl because that plays around, like, any potential switch-in they have. And I think I'm fine letting Spectrier go down. I mean, I might as well just try for another Protect. There's no reason not to. They're going to withdraw Raichu. They're going to go into Indeedee. That's actually pretty okay for us. Because obviously this Snarl is good. Gonna reduce that damage from the Indeedee. They are Psychic Seed as well. And we do get the double. Interesting. I don't think I've played this game particularly well so far. We do a chunk to Indeedee, but not enough to justify it, I don't think. They're Defiant. I forgot about that. I'm dumb. I'm so dumb. Like, I mean, the Zapdos is still burnt, so, like, that's not really that big of a deal. I mean, I could just click Fiery Wrath again. I think that's fine. Goes around any potential switch in. I'm gonna taunt the Indeedee. Now that they're burnt, they 100% take us out. This is fine. Because I can bring in Eliki and play around their switch in. How? Reflect. Oh, okay. Interesting. I don't think we come out here. Especially since we are electrowebbing, so they are going to get another Defiant boost. So I think this turn I had to Air Slash the Zapdos to remove it. Electroweb probably isn't enough. I can't imagine it would be. Yeah, they're going to withdraw Zapdos. They're going to go into Raichu. Well, I mean, he's still going to take a... Like, getting this off is not bad. Like, we still do get a Fiery Wrath off. And that's going to pick up the Indeedee this turn. No, we went for Fiery Wrath. For Air Slash. I mean, I think we're fine. We're not in a great position, but we're not in an awful one. Here we can Fiery Wrath, and we can... I think just protecting is fine. I don't think they ever target down the Eliki here. I think they're gonna... so they could fake out into my Zapdos because we're not on terrain. Okay, so no fake out coming out. There's just going to be a Thunderbolt, but we should live. They're going to trigger Berserks, and now they should go down. Yeah, this should be a double KO here. Okay. Okay. So now we know they have a burned Zapdos. They have a burned Scarf Zapdos. And probably Shadow Rider. How close is terrain to being over? Is it over this turn? I feel like it's really close to being over this turn. Ugh. That's really awkward. So we can Fiery Wrath and Electro Web. That should take out the Zapdos. Okay. But the problem is Moltres is still slower than Calyrex because we're also at -1 speed. So they should be able to target down. I mean, Astral Barrage probably just picks up the double here, right? Yeah, no way. Wait, hold on! Moltres! Moltres, you're insane! Wait, hold on! How did we win this game? I should not have won this game. There's Life Orb, Shadow Barrage into Moltres did 32 damage. Holy cow! I underestimated Moltres. That's absurd. There's no reason we should have won that game. I played like a buffoon the entire game and did not get punished for it. That was a fun match. I thoroughly enjoyed that. And I think after I lost Duskmane, I did not expect to be able to come back into that game. Alright, Shadow Rider, this time with Mienfoo, Ensign, Among Us, Feeny, and Rillaboom. Okay. Like, Hitmontop looks way more appealing here. The problem is they have Mienfoo. But, like, Mienfoo doesn't really do anything against, like, Moltres. It doesn't really do anything against Spectrier. So do I want Entei, or do I still want... I think this is Necrozma. No. I think this is... Yeah, I actually like Necrozma Eliki up front with Moltres, Spectre in the back. Just literally run it back. I think this is fine. Problem here is we don't really have a solid check to Among Us. Like, we have Moltres, but if they lead Among Us... Like, if they lead Among Us plus Shadow Rider, we're in for a bad time. I think that's, like, the one lead I'm kind of concerned about. Very, very interesting. Okay. Mienfoo Shadow Rider I'm pretty okay with. Let's see. I'm just gonna double protect here. No, double protect does not play around Ensign switch in. So I think my play is I'm going to Earth Power into the Shadow Rider and protect here. Because if they switch out, they're not going to, but this is fine because now they're probably going to trigger my policy. It looks like they're probably just going for... Please go into my Eliki. Please go into my Eliki. Please! Dang. I mean, okay. We're fine. We're fine. We're fine, guys. We're fine. Okay, what's the play? We can go into Moltres. We can... What is our speed stat on Moltres? 149. I don't think that's enough. I think Shadow Rider will still outspeed us at -1. But, like, we don't take anything from Shadow Rider. I think Moltres is correct here. I think we click Fiery Wrath, and I think we click Electro Web. It's not going to pick up the Mienfoo, but this should easily pick up the Shadow Rider unless they protect. Please tell me I hit the Shadow Rider. Okay, that's the one I really cared about. They have Rock Tomb. Honestly, Astral Barrage is going to put us in Berserk range. They have Draining Kiss. Draining Kiss is pretty weak. I've tried to use it, was never impressed by it. So now we get to pick up the Shadow Rider here. Bopped ya. And I mean, we casually did 50% of their Mienfoo as well. Okay. Shadow Rider down. Their big threat is gone. They could have like Feeny here. Feeny would be annoying, but obviously Eliki checks it pretty hard. Instant actually is not that big of a problem. Like obviously they have Fake Out here. But I think I'm fine giving up my Moltres. I mean, I'm going to click Air Slash here. And I think they go for Fake Out into Moltres. I think I'm going to protect. I could actually see Fake Out plus Rock Tomb. Like, Fake Out my Eliki, Rock Tomb into my Moltres to pick up the KO there. Because they know I'm faster. I mean, they know they're faster than me. Miss. Never lucky. This is fine, though. Because now I get to bring out Spectrier, who outspeeds... Like, we now have the speed advantage because we have Spectrier plus Eliki, which are the two fastest things in this game at this point. There's nothing they can have that outspeeds both of these. So we can go for Shadow Ball here. We can go for... Honestly, I think just Thunderbolt into the Ensign. That'll do a solid chunk. It won't pick up a KO, but it'll do a solid chunk. So am I reliant on Shadow Ball being enough to take out the Mienfoo? There's no way we don't get it. They're at -1 defense. They're at -1 special defense. They close combated on 1. There's no way this doesn't pick up the KO. Okay. Like, honestly, Instant is the most annoying thing on the field. And I think Eliki wins against it in an endgame here. Okay. So it really comes down to what their last is. And I think the way they've played this, it makes me think it's going to be Feeny and not Rillaboom. They have Snarl. That is so absolutely annoying, actually. Okay. Not the end of the world. We can double into Instant this next turn to take it out, but not through a berry. It is Feeny. Okay. Feeny protects this turn. They're not Misty Terrain. Interesting. I kind of want to just taunt the Feeny. And Thunderbolt the Ensign. I really need a para. I really need Ensign to get parried this turn. Citrus. That's not citrus. Got him. Got him. Okay. Okay. Now the double up in Ensign will take it out. Right? And then we go to +1 with Spectrier because it's going to be the one picking up the KO. Why are they Telepathy Feeny? Crit? No crit. Well, that is in Shadow Ball range, I think. It's a resisted hit. We're at neutral. Okay, we avoid the Hydro Pump. That's good. They have Flare Blitz. That's going to take themselves out. But they go into Spectrier. So, like, why wouldn't you take my Eliki out there? Like, especially if you know you're going down, why wouldn't you take Eliki out? Also, why wouldn't you click Snarl? Snarl is 100% the play there. The way you win this endgame is to have Eliki not be able to outpace your Feeny. Mr. Hydro Pump. Nope. I don't think we live this, though. Nope. Especially if they crit. Oh, my gosh. Okay, I mean, we were in that game. So, what's the play on 1? If we protect... I mean, I anticipate the fake out into Eliki there so they don't get electro webbed. Black Sludge, not really surprised by that. Aguav. Yeah, I definitely think they should have clicked Snarl there. Sash Manfu, not really surprised as well. Lefty's Feeny with Soak Iron Defense. What is this set? Max Speed, Max HP Feeny. That's a thing that exists. Acrobatics Choice Band. That is also a set that exists. Nasty plot. Your plus speed nature, but your max special defense? Bizarre. Very, very bizarre team. Some sets that just do not make any sense. But, hey, whatever. It won our opponent the game, so can't really complain too much. Let's get one more in today. This team has been a ton of fun. I've thoroughly enjoyed our time with it, so cannot express that enough. If you're interested, of course, that rental code is going to be at the end of the video, but I believe Carl puts a paste down in the show notes as well, so if you're interested in looking at the team for yourself, you can always go there. I think. Don't quote me on that. Carl does all the back end work, so I really don't know. Alright, come on, opponents. I want to get one more good one in for today. Right on time. Cool. I mean, pretty standard Zacian team at this point. I mean, they have Volcarona over Ensign, but nothing overly exciting here. What do I like? I like Hitmontop quite a bit. I think I like Moltres quite a bit as well. I think Hitmontop Moltres is really good on the lead with like Spectre and Necrozma in the back. I could do Inte Necrozma. How am I beating a Suicune if that's my game plan? Just snarling with Moltres, like just brute strength it. I think that's the best I got. They're not going to intimidate my Hitmontop, so I can actually stay in on one. Yeah, this is fine. I think I like Inte more here to be able to do a Zacian and Rillaboom than I do Spectrier. Like Spectrier goes fast. We can taunt like Suicune, so they can't like Tailwind us, but I think this is fine. This is fake out plus... fake out plus tailwind is pretty annoying for us, I'm not gonna lie to y'all. Getting this intimidate's good. Obviously we can't fake out into the Suicune to prevent it. So I think our play is to just fake out their monkey and click Snarl. Does Snarl do anything? I can't flinch him with Fiery Wrath. I mean, they're getting Tailwind up. I could just try to take the monkey out, but I don't think an Air Slash is going to be enough. In fact, I know it's not going to be enough. I could do Helping Hand plus Air Slash. We'll Air Slash the monkey, I think. They are actually faster. Awkward. This is fine. Even at -1, that did a chunk. Rillaboom, you need to calm down, my dude. Alright, so this is all fine and dandy. Unfortunately, Moltres is not going to get to heal that back. But I can go into Entei. And I can go into Necrozma. Just double out here. I think this is probably Grassy Glide into Hitmontop plus Ice Beam into Moltres. I think this is the correct play if that's their plan. They're a fast monkey, and I don't know how I feel about that. They're gonna Snarl. That's gonna trigger my policy. So that's cool. They also didn't go for Grassy Glide, so I wonder if this is just knockoff. It's gonna be U-turn. Okay. Honestly, not too terrible. They probably... I can see them bringing out Zacian now, since they currently outspeed my Entei. Oh, it's gonna be Landorus. Okay. Makes sense. So I think my play... So I'm going to Snarl them. And I'm currently at +2 attack. +1 special attack. So Photon Geyser is currently physical. Actually, I don't think Entei lives this hit. So I'm going to double into Moltres here. I'm going to Photon Geyser into the Landorus. I think they could substitute, and that would be really bad for us. But I think based on the damage that the Snarl plus U-turn did, we live in Earth Power. Missed the Snarl? Dang it, wrong Mon. Wrong Mon. I wasn't incorrect in my thinking that we would live. So now I can go into Hitmontop. This just got a little more difficult. I can fake out plus Snarl this turn. I bet they protect Landorus. But I think I'm okay with that. Yep, okay. I think this is all okay. I also have Icy Wind. Can you please stop? You're really being an annoying opponent. And we missed. So now I can Fiery Wrath. Helping Hand, I think, is my best play. They do have Substitute. It's really awkward. Can you just stop being annoying for 2 seconds, Suicune? Good lord. They're gonna trigger my eject back, so that's fine. I'm gonna get a free switch into Entei here. Man, the fact that we just did not get to do anything with Necrozma in any game today. That's really disappointing. We get to break their substitute, so that's cool. Problem is now they just have a free Earth Power. Okay, Grass is gone. Tailwind is over. Tailwind was over this last turn. I'm gonna Snarl this turn. There's no way Entei lives in Earth Power. There's no way. I don't think they're gonna do it. Darn, they did it. I was really hoping, guys. I was hoping I could call something today. It has just not been my day. Unfortunately, like, we're definitely not gonna be able to make a comeback at this point. They still have Zacian in the back. So, like, even, like, we just do not have enough damage output to be able to deal with them. I think we just got outled and a little bit outplayed. So, unfortunately, not going to be able to pull this one back. But had some really good games regardless with this team today. Closing thoughts on this team while we get wrapped up here. I think it's really sweet. Unfortunately, you know, like I said, we haven't really been able to do Necrozma things. But at the end of the day, I don't really think this is like a true Necrozma team when you look at it. Like, the pieces are all there to make it function as a team, but it doesn't really feel like Necrozma is really like the restricted you want on this team. I honestly think, and I know how Aaron plays, how he builds his teams. He and I are a lot alike, where we don't like to play the conventional things. But I honestly think if you swap out Necrozma for Zacian on this team, it just still functions. You don't really lose any of the coverage or anything else that you have. And I think actually you gain a little bit more coverage because, you know, as this team shows, we don't have steal coverage on Necrozma at all, and it never really came up. But like, Behemoth Blade just still does a ton of damage. You still get to be a very offensive restricted, and I think you could just slap Zacian into that slot, and like, this team still just stays the same. Spectre was really, when Spectre was good, it was insane. Entei got to do like a clean sweep in day one against Groudon, so that was absolutely absurd. Hitmontop is cool. I'm not sure if I like the eject pack set, but I think Hitmontop is definitely underutilized in this current format. And this AV Moltres, it came to bat so many times for us. I cannot stress how good Moltres actually is, and again, super underutilized in this current format. Eliki did Eliki things. That's about all I can ever say about Eliki. Is it when it's good, it's great. But Necrozma was a little underwhelming. When it was good, it was amazing. There was a couple games where we were just able to live hits, and you know, as a result, we were able to pick up the win. But end of the day, I'm not sure how to feel about Necrozma on this team. Like I said, I think you could slap Zacian into that slot. I think you could mess around and see like what other restricteds if that's not what you wanted to play. But overall, I think this seems really functionable. You could change Hitmontop to do like, you could cut out coaching and put like Sucker Punch, and then you have another way of threatening Cali Shadow as well. And like, I think you're pigeonholing your Hitmontop into doing like one thing, or even leaving coaching and slapping on a physical restricted. You could play like Ho-Oh, but then you probably want to cut Entei or Moltres. I think Spectre is really sweet in this format. I think enough people have shifted away and are playing Shadow Rider now that Spectre is super underrepresented again. And I mean, that's literally just what this team is. It is a ragtag team of Mons that no one else is really playing outside of Eliki. But that's going to be it, everyone. Thank you so much for sticking around with us. And as always, like, comment, subscribe. Pick the team up while it's available. I'm sure Aaron will have it up for quite a while. And that's going to be it, everyone. Thank you, thank you, thank you. And we will see you next week with some more Littleroot laddering. Have a good one, everyone. Peace.